Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be addressing this heater box. We want to take it out. In previous videos, I'm not sure if I had mentioned it, but I got a heater core leak, so the heater hose are unhooked, and I'm going to unhook this heater box, take it out, get this heater core repaired, or probably replace it. I'll see where it's leaking at and try to figure it out. But we're going to pull the heater box out. Once we get the heater box out, we're going to go up underneath the cowl and try to address some of these leaks. We got several leaks inside the inner cowl. In the cold start video, I had mentioned it. I found a few leaks because it was raining that day. So while the heater box and everything's out, I'm going to crawl up underneath here. I'm going to clean out all the old seams, sealant, and find any, once I get it all cleaned out, I'm going to clean the metal, paint it, rust preventative, and then I'm going to flex seal it. I think that should give it a good surface to bond to, and hopefully it will stop all the leaks. I'm not going to take the inner cowl off and all that, or the cowl, just to to get it from the inside. So I'm going to try to spray it from the outside, and hopefully that'll keep the leaks. I'll leave the box out of it for a few days, and we'll get it. Hopefully we'll get a rain or two, and I can make sure it's not leaking anymore. But if it doesn't rain, I'll just take a water hose and pour it down that cowl and make sure that it's not leaking. All right, well, let's get started. Thank you for watching. Okay, so to start with, we got to take these bolts out. This is for the blower motor here. We're going to take these out, and then we got one bolt right here for the heater core we got to take out. And then inside there is a bolt. It's dark in here, you can't see. There's a bolt that's up in here that we got to take out, and then I got to unhook all my cables and everything that go to the controls right here, and then it should just come right out. It's not too hard to get these things out on Abodies. It was kind of a pain putting it back in, trying to line everything up and keep everything straight while you're holding it up on your back. But if it's too bad, I'll probably end up taking the seat out, because it's hard for a fat guy to get down in there and work on his back with the seat in. So I may end up having to take the seat out. If I do, it'll probably leave the seat out until we get the carpet put back in, because I'm not going to take the seat in or out. But I'm going to try it with the seat in. I don't want to take it out if I don't have to. But I'll crawl up in there and we'll see what we can do with it. All right, let's get the tools. Let's get started. And as always, anytime you're working on anything on a car, you should always unhook the battery. There is plug-ins and stuff that go to that electric motor for the blower. You always want to unhook the battery. I make a habit out of it, just in case you don't want to cross something up and catch your car on fire. There's a lot of time and money and work and effort goes into these things just to burn them down over a simple mistake. So always unhook that battery no matter what you're doing. Alright, so we got all the bolts or nuts from here removed, and we got that plate taken off. It's just a Phillips. And then there's 3 7/16. And then inside the car, we got to open this airbox up, and there's a 3/8 right there. You got to take off. It's a little J hook, and then the box should slide right out. I got to take this loose, and then there's that's the vent floor defrost, which this car does not have vents, so it's just floor defrost. So I got to take that cable loose, and then there's your temperature control. I got to take that one loose, but I'll drop it down first. But let's get this bolt out right here, and we'll drop the box down. Alright, so there's that J-hook. We got it out, and it just goes up in the inner cowl, and that's what holds this up here. The box is completely down. Here's our wiring that we got to unplug, and then here's the heater control we got to unhook, and the ground is right here. So basically all we got to do is unplug this, and take this loose here and here, and then the box will come the rest of the way out. Alright, so I do want to give you a tip real quick on how, if you've never taken these off before, these just lock in. There's little teeth on this clip. The best way to get them open without breaking, because I have broke these off before, I just take with the cable in, of course, take a flathead screwdriver and then just turn it open, and this will pop right out. But if you just try to pull it on, or just pull it straight off, there's little teeth right here that hold it in, and you will end up breaking this clip, or worse, breaking the cable, bend it or whatever. So just make sure you pry that open, and try to look at your marks on the cable so you know where to put it back. If not, it's kind of a pain to get it back where it needs to be here. All right, so I got everything taken off. Let's pull it out. Alright, there's the heater box. So this thing is dirty already. This is actually cleaned this up and painted it and everything, but when I put it back together, and it's already dirty on top. So it's already starting to get dirty up here. I'll have to clean this again before I put it back in the car, but it still looks good. It's still nice and shiny. When I painted it, I made sure that I kind of taped this off, so I left them original numbers on there, which gives it a cool little touch. There's our new seal. I'll leave that in there. I do got to take this open and get this heater core out, but we'll do that later. My main objective now, let me see if I can't get some white under here. My main objective now is to clean all this up. You can see I kind of siliconed it before, and it's still leaking, so I'm gonna get up under here and clean all this up, and I'm gonna use Flex Seal this time to try to prevent any future leaks. I think it's leaking right there for sure. I can see where it's kind of a little rusty right there, so we'll get in there and clean all this out, and hopefully we'll prevent any future leaks. Alrighty, let me get a wire brush and we'll start scrubbing it. Alright, so it's the next day. I got all this stuff underneath this dash Flex sealed, cleaned it up real good, put some rust preventative on it, and then got this Flex Seal on here, so hopefully it won't leak anymore. I'll get up under here and show you. It's not pretty, but it's all gonna be covered up in carpet. Let's see. So there's the seam. There's a couple runs in it, but it ought to be all right. I'm gonna put insulation. Of course, the heater goes here, and I'll put insulation up to here and then carpet down. So nothing under here will be seen. But, and I went all the way across with it. That underneath that, over there, underneath the steering column is pretty tricky to get up in there, but it's all done. I did a coat yesterday, and then I done another coat this morning. I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'm gonna take some it don't look like it's gonna rain today, so I'm gonna take some, after it dries, I'll take some water, kind of spray down that cowl and check for leaks. I'd like to make sure it's not leaking before I put it all back together, but we'll do that, and then we'll check it, and if it leaks, we'll figure out where it leaks at, and we'll address that spot. But let's let it dry real quick. Alrighty, so we got it all Flex sealed and cleaned up and Flex sealed over it, and it looks pretty good. And it's been a couple days, and so far I don't see any more leaks. Still leaking around the windows and the door on the passenger side. We don't have no weather stripping, but that's going to wrap this one up. I necessarily recommend doing it this way, but for an old beater, just it's not a restoration by no means, but just for trying to stop the leaks, it seems to be working. I'll keep you updated and let you know how it does long term. But appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time.